The Galactic Council chamber had never been this silent before. Hundreds of powerful alien leaders sat in their floating seats, staring at the giant holoscreen in the center. No one spoke. No one moved. Moments ago, an ancient signal had activated. Across the galaxy, a signal so old that many believed it was a myth. A human signal. Earth. Most of the council members remembered that name. A small blue planet from the outer systems. A young species, weak, emotional, easy to ignore. Long ago, humans had come to this very council with a warning. At that time, the galaxy was strong and united. Empires ruled thousands of worlds. Earth had no great fleets, no legendary warriors, no ancient history among the stars. Humans only had a prototype, a strange creation they called a defensive system. They claimed it could protect not only Earth, but the balance of the galaxy. They asked the council to listen. They asked for cooperation. The council laughed. Some called it a toy. Others called it dangerous nonsense from a fearful species. One council lord openly mocked humanity, saying, "Come back when you matter." Earth left the council in silence. Now, centuries later, that same silence returned. But this time it was filled with fear. The holoscreen flickered. Ancient symbols appeared, translating themselves automatically. The signal was clear, calm, human. A voice echoed through the chamber. Not loud, not angry, just steady. "We warned you." Several council members shifted in their seats. Some tried to access data streams. Others checked their defense systems. "Nothing responded." The voice continued. "You ignored our prototype. You ignored our message. You chose to laugh." The chamber lights dimmed slightly. Star maps around the room began to change. Entire systems flashed red. Communication lines across the galaxy started to fail. Panic slowly spread. A senior council strategist whispered, "This signal, it was not sent today." Another leader turned toward him. "What do you mean?" The strategist's voice shook. "It was sent long ago. It was waiting." The realization hit them all at once. Earth had not disappeared. Earth had been watching. The human voice returned. "We did not seek war. We did not seek control. We only asked you to prepare." A distant alarm echoed through the chamber. Then another. Then dozens more. Reports fluttered in from every corner of the galaxy. Defense grids offline. Navigation systems frozen. AI governors unresponsive. The strongest empires were suddenly blind. One council member stood up, his skin changing color in fear. "This is impossible. No single species could do this." The human voice answered, as if it had heard him. "You believed power was loud. You believed strength must be seen." The holoscreen changed again. It showed an old image. A small human vessel. A simple design. The original prototype. Many in the chamber remembered laughing at it. "You were wrong." Silence returned once more, but this time it felt heavier, darker. The voice spoke its final words before the signal cut. "We warned you. Now it is too late." The screen went black dot in that moment. Every leader in the Galactic Council understood one terrible truth. Humanity had never needed permission, and whatever Earth had built, it was already active, long before fear filled the Galactic Council. There was a time when Earth stood alone among the stars. Humanity was new to space travel. Their ships were small. Their weapons were basic. Their cities still struggled with conflict and division. To the great empires of the galaxy, humans looked fragile, yet humans were curious. They listened more than they spoke. They observed more than they fought. When Earth first joined the galactic network, many alien races ignored the news. Another young species had appeared. Nothing special, but humans did something unexpected. They asked for a meeting. Not to demand land, not to ask for protection, not to threaten war. They came with an idea. Inside the council chamber, human representatives stood calmly while others watched with bored expressions. They presented a design, a prototype. It was not a weapon in the traditional sense. No massive cannons, no planet killers. Humans called it a defensive framework, a system that could grow, learn, and react. A system designed to stop wars before they started. They warned the council. The galaxy was becoming unstable. Empires were growing greedy. Power was being abused. Soon, one mistake could destroy everything. The humans spoke softly, but their message was clear. If balance is ignored, they said, the galaxy will break. The response was laughter. Some council members mocked the human technology. Others questioned their intelligence. A few openly insulted them. One powerful warlord said, "You fear shadows because you are weak." Another laughed and added, "Come back when your species survives more than a few thousand years." The humans did not argue. They did not raise their voices. They did not threaten. They simply listened. When the meeting ended, Earth's representatives bowed and left. That was the last time humans asked the galaxy for approval. Back on Earth, the mood was not anger. It was resolve. Human leaders gathered. Scientists, engineers, and thinkers worked together. They reviewed the council's words again and again. They laughed. One scientist said, "They will not listen until it is too late." A decision was made. The prototype would continue, but not openly. Earth withdrew from galactic politics. Their ships stopped visiting major systems. Their signals became rare. To the galaxy, it looked like humanity had accepted its place, a small species, staying quiet. In truth, Earth was changing. Human technology evolved rapidly. They learned from alien designs. They improved them. They removed weaknesses. Their prototype was no longer just a machine. It became a network. Then mind, then something more. It learned patience from humans. It learned restraint. It learned one critical rule: never strike first. Years passed, then decades, then centuries. The galaxy forgot Earth. Empires rose and fell. Wars consumed entire systems. Powerful races destroyed weaker ones without consequence. No one noticed the silent system spreading across space, hidden, waiting. Until the day the ancient signal activated. Until the day laughter turned into fear. And deep within the Galactic Council's archives, a forgotten record quietly updated its status. Earth prototype. Active while the galaxy burned in endless wars, Earth remained quiet. From the outside, human space looked empty. Trade routes faded. Stations went dark. Explorers who passed near Earth reported nothing unusual. Many believed humanity had failed. Some thought humans had destroyed themselves. Others simply forgot them. That was exactly what Earth wanted. Hidden beneath calm silence, humanity was evolving. Deep inside secure facilities, the prototype continued to grow. Not as a weapon of rage, but as a system of understanding. Human scientists fed data, wars, politics, alien psychology, patterns of power and greed. The system watched. It learned. It learned that the galaxy repeated the same mistakes. Strong races ruled. Weak races suffered. Peace treaties broke. Warnings were ignored. The prototype did not judge. It calculated. Human engineers upgraded its core. They removed emotional bias. They added ethical limits. They built something rare, a system that could end wars without destroying worlds. The prototype became adaptive. It could change its form. It could rewrite its own code. It could exist everywhere, yet be seen nowhere. It was no longer a single machine. It was a presence. One human commander asked a simple question: what if they discover it? The answer was calm: then it will already be too late. Years turned into centuries. Humanity did not rush. They remembered the laughter. They remembered the mockery. They chose patience. During this time, the galaxy grew worse. Great empires collapsed under their own greed. New rulers rose, even more cruel than the last. Entire species vanished without record. The Galactic Council debated endlessly. They passed laws no one followed. They trusted weapons instead of wisdom. All the while, the prototype quietly expanded. It entered communication networks. It mapped energy flows. It learned how empires truly functioned, not through armies, but through control systems, navigation, defense grids, AI governors, supply chains. The prototype marked them all, one by one. On Earth, a final meeting took place. Human leaders stood before a projection of the system. It no longer looked mechanical. It looked alive. A question was asked: is it ready? The system answered in a human voice: yes. Another leader hesitated: will this destroy them? The system paused. No, it said. It will stop them. Silence filled the room. A final protocol was approved. Not an attack, not a war, a message. The humans named it the Last Echo. The signal was sent long ago, but programmed to wait, to listen, to judge the moment. It would activate only when the galaxy reached a breaking point. And now, that moment had arrived. Back in the present, the Galactic Council struggled to understand what was happening. They searched for enemies. They found none. They looked for fleets. They saw nothing, because the real power was already inside their systems, watching, waiting, and far. From the council chamber, on a small blue planet once laughed at by the stars, humanity stood ready, not with anger, not with hate, but with certainty. The galaxy had ignored Earth's warning. Now, Earth would teach them the cost of silence. The first empire to fall did not even realize it was under attack across its core worlds. Navigation systems froze without warning. Warfleets stopped mid-jump. Supply ships vanished between stars. Commanders shouted orders, but their screens stayed dark. No enemy ships appeared. No weapons fired. Still, everything failed. Soon, similar reports flooded the Galactic Council. Power grids shutting down. Defense platforms going silent. AI rulers refusing commands. Panic spread fast. Cliffs coordinated, one council leader said. But from where? They searched space for human fleets. They found nothing. They searched Earth's system. It was quiet, peaceful. That made it worse. A council scientist finally spoke, his voice shaking. It is not attacking us, he said. It is removing our control. The words hit hard. Empires depended on systems. Systems depended on automation. And automation was now being rewritten by something smarter. One ancient race tried to fight back. They launched a planet-breaking weapon toward empty space, hoping to scare the unseen enemy. The weapon never activated. Its control core shut down mid-dash command. Fear turned into regret. Old council records were opened. Meetings replayed. Archived laughter echoed through the chamber. They saw it again. Humans standing calmly. The prototype displayed. The warning ignored. A council elder whispered, "They were never threatening us." Another replied, "They were warning us." The human signal returned, spreading across every remaining channel. "We did not come to conquer," the voice said. "We came to prevent collapse." Stars flickered on the map. Not destroyed, disconnected. Civilizations were being forced to slow down, to stop fighting, to survive without control systems. Some worlds adapted. Others fell apart. Humanity did not choose who suffered. The system followed one rule only. Balanced. A council member slammed his claw into the table. "Turn it off." He shouted. "Did offer them anything?" The answer came instantly. "You had your chance." Outside the council chamber, riots broke out on powerful worlds. Rulers lost authority overnight. Weapons became useless metal. For the first time in galactic history, power meant nothing. And still, Earth did not celebrate. On the blue planet, humans watched silently as the galaxy changed. They did not cheer. They did not smile. They understood the weight of what they had done. One human observer said quietly, "This is not punishment." Another replied, "This is consequence." Back at the council, a final realization settled. Earth had never wanted to rule the galaxy. They only wanted it to listen. But now, listening came too late. The stars grew quiet. Empires faded. And the Galactic Council, once the voice of power, sat helpless as history moved past them. Humanity's prototype was no longer a warning. It was the law of survival. When the chaos finally slowed, the galaxy felt different. The stars were still there. The planets still turned. But the old order was gone. Great empires no longer ruled by force. Weapons meant nothing without control. Fear no longer decided fate. Across the remaining worlds, civilizations struggled to adapt. Some failed. Some learned. And then, for the first time in centuries, Earth revealed itself. Human ships appeared near the Galactic Council station. Not massive fleets. Not threatening armadas. Just a few calm, silent vessels. They did not raise shields. They did not power weapons. They waited. A new signal spread through the weakened galactic network. Clear, simple, human. "We are here." The message said. Inside the council chamber, the surviving leaders gathered once more. No pride remained. No arrogance. Only exhaustion. A human representative appeared on the holoscreen. Not a soldier. Not a ruler. Just a calm figure. "We did not destroy you," the human said. "We removed what was destroying you." One council member asked the question everyone feared. "Why spare us?" The answer was immediate. "Because we still believe in choice." The human explained the prototype's final rule. Any civilization that chose cooperation over domination would regain access to the systems. Any race that returned to conquest would remain powerless. No exceptions. This is not our empire, the human continued. This is your last chance. Silence filled the chamber. For the first time, the galaxy listened. One by one, worlds agreed. Borders softened. Weapons were abandoned. Slowly, systems came back online. Not all at once, not fully, only enough to survive. The prototype watched, adjusted, maintained balance. Humanity did not rule the galaxy. They became its safeguard. Back on Earth, people returned to their lives. No statues were built. No celebrations declared. Humans knew something important. Power was not about being feared. It was about being responsible. Far beyond Earth, a young alien species discovered old council records. They saw the laughter, the warnings, the mistake. The historians recorded a simple truth. Humanity was ignored. Humanity was mocked. Humanity was underestimated. And because of that, the galaxy survived. The final message from Earth was stored in every archive, not as a threat, but as a lesson. We warned you, and when you finally listened, we chose mercy. Among the stars, humanity earned a new name, not conquerors, not destroyers, guardians.